Your Royal Highnesses, Mr. Wirth, Mr. Di Bartolomei, Mr. Minister Schneider, Mr. Seibert, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for inviting me here to Luxembourg. It's a great pleasure for me, and I feel very honored to take part in this event, and I say thank you for the invitation. I think you heard everything about myself, so I will not add something to that. Perhaps I should tell you 2 sentences about ISSA. I don't know if everyone knows what ISSA is. ISSA means International Social Security Association. It is together with the International Labour Organization in Geneva. It's an international non-profit organization, and it unites all parts of social security worldwide, so from illness insurance to accidents insurance, pension, and whatever. ISSA has about 330 member organizations from 175 countries. And in the field of accidents prevention, ISSA has the sections for prevention, and I work for the mining section. And yes, we try to promote safe mining, safe and healthy mining worldwide. And our definition of mining is not only the big underground mines and the open pit mines, it's also oil and gas. It means cement industry, quarries, and so on. So we have also small and medium enterprises. Yes, I have been asked to introduce the Vision Zero strategy of ISSA to you, and it's my pleasure to do that. Talking about safety, talking about health, I like to give you some impressions what work means. So these are the positive pictures. Yeah? In my eyes, coming from the mining business, mining is magnificent. Good work is impressive always. It means teamwork. People have to work together. It's also an ambitious job. Yeah? Many jobs are very ambitious. Everyone wants to have good work because we need, for example, energy for our life. Good work is necessary all over the world to get infrastructure. More or less, we can say we need good work for a good future and for a good life. I think we all agree that this is what we aim. But we know that, and I think we heard it also in the speeches before, that work has also other phases. In the mining industry, sometimes mining or work in mining means life or death, very close together. This is a picture from the accident in Chile, in the Atacama Desert, where 33 miners could be rescued. I think all of us, we could follow in the television about that. So this has a happy end. Work is very often still hard efforts. It causes pain, we know that. We have accidents, so work can hurt people, make sick, diseases coming from agents at the workplaces. And the worst case, of course, mining and work kills people still. And this is not the whole picture. All the time we have also big disasters. We don't realize the small accidents and the small disasters, but we follow the big disasters. I just want to present 4 of them. Remember the Piper Alpha explosion in the Northern Sea. Remember the accident in the mine, in the coal mine in Turkey, 2014, more than 300 people killed, 85 injured. Rana Plaza is a synonym for catastrophes at the workplaces in Bangladesh. 2013, more than 1,100 workers have been killed and more than 2,500 injured. And a very recent one is China, the explosion in the chemical storage in the harbor in Tianjin, where we had 173 fatalities and 800 injured people. So these are the two sides of the workplaces. So I think all of us, we have to talk about safety and health at workplace. We have some statistical figures which are published by the ILO, and we have to be aware that nobody knows exactly what happens all around the globe. Think on illegal work, think on child labor and all of that. But the ILO estimates that perhaps we have about 360,000 people suffering fatalities every year at their workplace. We have 340 million accidents. Maybe we have 340 million accidents at workplaces, maybe higher. And we have 2 million people who die due to bad working conditions because they get ill, so they suffer occupational diseases. This is the social side of the statistical data, and there is also an economical side. We have studies that show us we lose a lot of our economic product, and the estimation is about 4% globally, even in Europe. And I know that even in Europe, we have member countries in the European Union who lose maybe about 10% of their economical product due to bad, not safe working conditions. So I think what to do. Yeah, this is the question we discussed in the ISSA. In the ISSA mining, we started this discussion, and we are convinced, we must have an answer, we must react, we must prevent all of these accidents. And we had the discussion how to do that, and our answer is the Vision Zero strategy. And meanwhile, as I said, we started this initiative, this strategic thinking, this new thinking in the mining section, but meanwhile, all of the 13 sections of the ISSA, which cover all other industrial branches, you can see here these different branches, they came on the board, and now all ISSA sections are promoting, are transporting, are communicating this new approach in order to fight these terrible statistics. And I would like to add that it is not only what we promote in developing countries or abroad. We do the same thing also in Germany, in my BG, where I'm responsible for the prevention activities, and we cover in my BG about 35,000 enterprises and 1.3 million injured persons. And I'm very happy that Luxembourg is now going the same way. I think we have to unite and to spread this message. Yes, I think this person may be well known in Luxembourg, Mr. Dupont. There is a big link to Luxembourg. And we think he's the inventor of the Vision Zero strategy. So you are very close to that. Maybe you know that he, in 1811, he suffered in his powder mill enterprises several explosions, and he had fatalities. He lost friends also, and the people from this small city, Wilmington, said to him, "Go away with your production, we don't want to have you here." And he said, "Give me one chance, I will change the things." and I find it very remarkable. He was the first one who made his managers, who said, I'm responsible, and who made his managers responsible. Maybe you know what he did. He built for the managers of his powder mills houses and said, I care for you and for your family. But the houses have not been in the green surrounding. They have been located just beside the fabrication plant. So you can imagine the managers from that point on, they have an interest in safety. And it was very, very successful, this story. Of course, he did much more. He was the first one who defined safety rules. He improved technology. Always you have to do many things, yeah. So he's the father of the Vision Zero strategy. And in our definition, that is a prevention strategy for a safe and for a healthy future. We always combine safe and healthy, not only accidents, always diseases as well. And we are convinced that every accident is preventable. Some people say, are you crazy? Yeah, to us. But then we ask him and them, whom would you like to talk that we have calculated your accident? It's a planned accident. Yeah? After an accident, we always know what went wrong and what we should have do different. Unfortunately, we are not in the position that it works all right now. So every accident is preventable. Of course, we have to focus on the serious accidents, so nobody should be killed at his workplace or should suffer serious diseases or accident, and even in the traffic accidents. So we have the Vision Zero strategy, and people said, okay, we agree, we can follow you, but isn't it an impossible mission? Yeah? Is it possible? So we needed answers, what to tell the people in the enterprises. And we could do two things. Yeah? We could tell them, okay, in order to reach the Vision Zero goal, you must follow the legislation, you must follow the laws, and we have kilometers of technical description, of standardization, of technical rules. We tried to find an alternative approach, an easy one, and this was the birthday of our, what we call international, our 7 golden rules. And let me introduce very briefly to them. It starts with leadership from the very top of every enterprise. We need the commitment of the managers and of the leaders and of the CEOs. This is number 1. Our second recommendation is you must analyze the risks and the hazards. You must know about them. Of course, the experts know this is the instrument of risk assessment, but you also must analyze accidents. I visited many companies, and when I asked them, what is your accident statistic? Did you have accidents in the last year? They say, no, only very little. Yeah. But if I look in my statistical folder, I see a long list of accidents. Yeah. Even if it may be small accidents, but they can get also bigger accidents. So you must know what happens on the workplace. This is number 2. When you know that, you should define a program. You should set targets for every enterprise maybe in a different way. Number 4 is what we call a safe and healthy system. This is organization. There are some organizational requirements. Of course, we recommend to install a safety and health management system and to have a clear definition who is responsible for what and how is first aid organized, all of these organizational questions. Number 5 is technology. Of course, we must look to the technology, to the fabrication, to the production facilities, and they should be safe and healthy. Sometimes we must make some compromise because we know this is always a huge investment, so then we must see how we can upgrade the facilities. Number 6 is competence of people. We recommend to analyze which competence you need at what workplace and to invest in further training also. I think this is a huge opportunity to get better in the safety and health picture. And the last but not least, maybe the importantest one, or one of the most important, is again people. We called it involve people, invest in people. Ask them about their opinion. Don't tell them you have to do that. Of course, you need to do that as well, but if you have a communication and you involve, you integrate the people, then you can get really successful. All of these 7 golden rules are interconnected, so it's not a hierarchy. I think the most important may be number 1, leadership, but then we need all of them. I could go in details because of course these are also headlines, what I showed you now. Let me only give 2 examples. One for leadership. I had a talk to a CEO of a mining company, about 1,000 people, 1,000 workers in his company, and he said to me, for me it's easy to care for safety. I do 3 things, and I like these 3 recommendations very much because they can be copied in every enterprise. He said, if I have a meeting of the board, of the safety committee, of the financial planning committee, safety is always top number 1 in the agenda, not miscellaneous. It's number 1. And this gives a signal to all responsible people in my company that I care for safety. It's easy. Then he said, I must set the example. If I drive with my Chrysler or Mercedes-Benz or whatever through the facilities, and there is a sign 20 kilometers per hour, and every worker can easily see that I drive 40, 50, or my driver drives 50, you can forget anything. If you set a rule, you must be the first person who follows the rule. And number 3 is, if I walk by and I see someone standing on a ladder and working, and maybe you can think, I hope he will not fall down, has a drilling machine in one hand, so cannot really touch the ladder, then you should, as a leader, as a manager, as a CEO, you should go to that person right now and say to him, please come down, I have to talk to you. And if you do that once, twice, 3 times, everyone in the company will know that the boss, that the manager is interested in safety. So this is very easy, and I like these examples very much because really they cost no money. It's only a question of attitude of the managers. And another example to the rule number 7. In Germany, we run since many years our safety Oscar. And we try to find a platform to collect ideas from workers, good ideas what you can do better. And this is one of the easiest ideas we ever got. This is a picture from an underground tunnel or mine. And very often these are dark spots, dark workplaces. And the miners wear the helmet with the light on the helmet. I think you know what I mean. And then there is a question, so because many mines have kilometers underground, it's like a city underground, And the question is, in case of emergency, what is the way out? Yeah? And it's impossible to illuminate everything, every meter, every kilometer underground. And this person had the idea, let us install these small reflectors we know from bicycles or from anywhere. One side is red, one other side is green, and they are installed along the tunnel, yeah? And the light you have from your helmet is enough to show the way out. So this is an idea. I think it can only come from the miners themselves, and I like this idea also very much. Oh yeah, I think I will not explain these details. Yes, right now we started to implement the Vision Zero strategy. And what we did, we thought, okay, we have the headlines, but we need more. And we developed a guideline, a Vision Zero guideline, according to the 7 rules, made for employers, made for managers, especially for small and medium enterprises, easy language, easy to understand, to use at once, not to read a book first to make a study, just start. So the structure is, we have only 2 pages for all of these 7 rules, with a short intro statement. We have some good practice inside, and it's a checklist to assess for themselves what is my state of the art. So this is the pre-draft, is brand new of this guideline. I brought some copies, unfortunately still only in English language with me. They are outside on the tables. And this is one of the 2 pages, and this is the checklist. Yeah? So to every of these 7 golden rules, you find about 10 or 15 questions. And that gives you the option with the traffic light on the red side. You see here a little bit better. Where you have red is the point to start the improvement process. Our friends from Chile, who are member in our sections, started to develop also an electronic application. So we have this also for the smartphones and iPhones, as well in English, meanwhile. And we think that we have much more perspective by this Vision Zero strategy. And I hope that in the future we can work together with your country and with the accidents insurance here in Luxembourg. The idea is to get a tool set. So we have already the Vision Zero guideline, and we think we should have, with the same make, 7 other guidelines where we can go a little bit more in detail. And of course, then we need some branch-specific tools. For example, for mining, we need something for mine rescue activities. So the idea is in the future to have 3 levels. There will be a Vision Zero website where we can collect all the good practices, and with all the languages, with all the industrial sectors. The activity started to create this. We developed and we tried already, we had already run one seminar, so there will be a Vision Zero seminar in order to spread this easy idea to as many managers as possible. With this type of layout. And all over the world, we think that we should organize regional events in cooperation with regional partners and find also training institutes who take over the idea of this basic Vision Zero seminar in order to increase our resources and our capacities. We are convinced, and we have examples, that this strategy really generates success. This is a picture of the German hard coal mining activities, which Germany will close down soon. But this is not the message I have here. You see from the 60s to 2010 how impressive they reduced their accident rates. Underground hard coal mining is one of the most dangerous activities, and this company has 4.3 accidents per 1 million working hours. So this is much, much better than the average of the whole German industry, including Deutsche Bank and so on. Yeah? So this is, I think, a remarkable success. I have many similar success stories. This is an example from Canada, where they could reduce the accidents by 90%. And I found also this in the internet, and this is from ArcelorMittal. I found on the website, making Zero the hero. I like this very much, so it's already existing in Luxembourg as well. And Mr. Mittal said, everyone has the right to good health and safety. Equally, everyone has the responsibility to make this happen at home and at work. Leaders, machinery operators, office workers, contractors, we all need to believe. This is also important. We must believe that is possible, that the journey to zero is achievable, and to feel responsible for safety and health. So we have many positive examples already, but we have also many, many examples where we have a long way to go. For those who ask for scientific studies, there is a study which shows that the value of companies who publish what they invest in people, who invest really more than others in people, is in average 40% better than others. And the ISSA did also a study that it pays to invest. It's not a cost factor. At the end, it pays to spend money for safety. We found out, and this has been done in many countries, that the return on prevention is 2.2. €1 spent, at the end a benefit of 2.2. We are convinced that we are on the right way. And if we could manage to speak with one voice, I think this is what the professionals in safety and health must learn, Not develop tools, we have enough. We must speak with one voice. If we speak with the Vision Zero voice, even the G7 took note already about this idea, and they founded the Vision Zero Fund in the last meeting last year in June. We are convinced, taking these 7 rules, we can support a prevention culture, and at the end, this brings us closer and closer to Vision Zero. And this is my last slide. I would like to take the opportunity to invite all of you to come to a European Vision Zero conference, which will be held in September in Bochum in Germany, together with friends from Poland and from Italy and the European network of ISSA. And this is the place to see where we are and what activities have been taken. I thank you very much for listening me, and it was a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you very much.